All right, hey guys, I'm just gonna go through my little morning natural skincare routine. And you guys know that I always start off with a washcloth of some sort. And today I'm using 100% cotton crocheted washcloth. I love these. The material isn't rough and it's textured though, so it gives your skin just that little bit of extra, so it helps to keep some of that loose skin from really building up. Again, I'm not interested in damaging my horny layer, and I'm not interested in removing my horny layer. I'm only interested in removing the loose stuff that's actually letting go. It's starting to let go. It's just because of age. Aging slows down the cell turnover, okay? So when you hear these people talking about cell turnover and all of that, and they tell you how long it takes, keep in mind that when you get older, it takes a lot longer. Not just a little bit, a lot longer, okay? So while there are people out there that promote not doing anything to your skin, basically leave your skin alone, I think for young people, that is really good advice. But I can just tell you from my own experience, I need the little help. I definitely need the help of a washcloth to gently keep my skin from building up that layer. And because I do wear mineral powders as a sunscreen, I want my powders to lay down good on my skin. So it's really important for me to remove that layer. And if you're going to be using skincare, remember, if all of those dead skin cells are building up too much, then you're not going to get good penetration of your skincare either. So again, I'm not here to tell anybody what to do, and I'm not even here to tell anybody what's better to do, just sharing what I do. So for anybody who wants to do a little bit of something, but isn't interested in doing any of the modern stuff and really wants to treat their skin gently, then, you know, these might be some things you wanna try. So I use my washcloth very gently. And when I need a little bit more, I'm going to do like a 15-minute oil massage, and that actually really helps to exfoliate the skin as well in a way that isn't aggressive. So that is another really nice option. But this is my day-to-day, and I have quite a few washcloths that I use, but I just thought I would use this one today. You guys know how much I love these cloths. I discovered these a couple years ago. I mean, I always knew they existed, but I started using them for skincare a couple of years ago, and yeah, they're game-changing. And I do have a couple of other washcloths that I really love as well. And I'm going to be doing another video on my favorite washcloths for my face soon, I promise. Well, if I remember. So that's what I do. And then of course I go in with my rose water spray, which I've added some distilled aloe and some neroli water to, and a little bit of a mineral complex. It's just totally natural and comes from the sea. Nothing in it, it's just pure. And I only put a tiny bit in here. It's got magnesium and a couple of things. And then I'm going to go in with my face balm. So I don't do a whole lot of stuff to my skin, all right? Now at night, I have been using my Boudreaux's Maximum Strength Butt Paste again, because I really love that stuff. It's 40% zinc and it does contain balsam of Peru. Some people might be sensitive to that ingredient, so you'd always want to patch test, but I love that product. Now, I want to talk about it. I really hope that YouTube doesn't strike this video, so I'll show it to you. Give me one sec, let me grab it. This is what it looks like. I wrote on it because I added a little bit of frankincense and myrrh to it and balsam of copaiba. But anyway, this is what it looks like. It's a huge tub. It's really cheap, all right? And on PubMed, you can find studies showing that zinc oxide heals precancerous skin lesions, okay? So if it heals precancerous skin lesions, what about once they've crossed that line? Maybe, okay? Anyway, just saying, and this has an extremely high amount of zinc in it, and even though it's not in nano form, okay, there's still a lot of zinc, and those zinc ions break apart, okay? And the zinc ions actually get through the skin, meaning the zinc breaks apart from the oxide. That's what I meant to say. And the zinc ions actually do penetrate the skin, okay? So even though they're not nano, the stuff still works great, all right? And again, there's some issues with nano. It hasn't quite been sorted out completely yet. There are studies that say it doesn't penetrate. There's some that say that they're finding it in the bloodstream. Again, I don't know what to tell you, but this is non-nano. It does contain mineral oil and petrolatum, but I've made videos about this before. They're perfectly natural. They come from the earth and they've been refined. So I don't know what people's beef is with petroleum. I really don't. Like, it's basically like, they call it dragon blood. Like dragon blood of the earth, okay? Basically decomposed matter from all the creatures and plants and all the dead things that have died over the course of planetary life, right? So I don't know, to me it's a pretty sacred thing. And, you know, I don't think the petroleum industry is a, you know, noble industry. You know, they're probably not the greatest people doing the greatest things, but as far as the resource, there's really nothing wrong with it unless you're exploiting it, which is, of course, what everybody does. Everything is exploited in this reality. Everything. Nothing. People are using plant oils and eating avocados and, you know, just don't realize, you know, what's going on, right? You know, people using things from the rainforest where, you know, they're destroying the rainforest to get your, you know, your natural thing. Anyway, that's a whole nother video, right? So anyway, so last night I did use some of my Boudreaux's butt paste. So I will use that at night as a night cream pretty frequently. I also use my Badger, but the Badger Zinc Balm, it is a sunscreen. The other one is a diaper cream, but the Boudreaux's butt paste has no preservatives in it. It's a really clean formula. I really like it. This is more expensive, so I don't like to use this quite as much, but I do use it as a night cream in the summertime because it's not quite as rich and quite as occlusive as the Boudreaux's butt paste. And the Boudreaux's does make a sensitive skin formula too, which I do have. I'll show you that one too, for people that don't tolerate the balsam of Peru. So it just doesn't have as much zinc. So that's the downfall to it. You need to use twice as much basically to get the effect of the other one. So this is my face balm, and it's animal fats, including tallow, pork lard, duck fat, ghee. What else? I think that's it for animal fats. And it does have plant oils in there as well. It's got olive oil, jojoba, rosehip seed, carrot seed. I use a bunch of different oils. It really just depends on what I pull out of my fridge. Sometimes I use pumpkin seed oil. Yeah, it's just got a bunch of different things. And this does have some actives in it, like frankincense and myrrh and all those goodies. It's got a little bit of coffee essential oil in there too, or CO2, I can't remember. Probably both. The amount of caffeine is actually extremely low. I'm not using it for the caffeine. I'm just using it for all the other beneficial chemicals that are in there that are really, really good for skincare. So that is a basic, simple routine. And what I can say is that my skin is never dry, never irritated. I have like zero issues with my skin. Never use cleanser on my skin. When I wear my mineral powder, when I remove it, I just use a little bit of oil. Olive oil and jojoba is what I'm using now. I try to stick with cheaper stuff for that. I don't want to use anything expensive to remove my mineral powder. And I use my 100% cotton muslin cloth. I buy the baby cloths because they're cheaper than buying them specifically for skincare, right? And I like the white because then you can see how well you're removing it. And yeah, I do face massage. I do a little bit of facial cupping from time to time. Yeah, so that is my basic routine. And if you're looking for something really simple and really basic, I can tell you this is just beautiful. And what I love so much about it is you're not putting acids and all sorts of strong things on your skin that damage your skin barrier. And these people that say it doesn't, yes, it does. That's the purpose of the product. It's removing your horny layer, which is your outer layer of the stratum corneum. That's called damage. It's called skin damage. Okay? Your skin is not designed for that. Your biology is not designed for that. Remember, whenever you do something to your body that nature never intended, there's always going to be pushback. So no matter what benefit you get, you're going to get pushback because that is the way nature operates. Okay, it's like you take an antibiotic for something and the bacteria develop resistance and it weakens the immune response, it weakens immune memory, it weakens the body's ability to fight infections, it makes you more susceptible to reoccurring infections, much more deadly infections, because nature doesn't operate that way. Just doesn't, okay? And what they find fascinating is that they've done studies on myrrh, and I'm just using myrrh as an example because it's one that they've studied quite a bit because it is probably one of nature's most powerful remedies. And what they find is that it has these antibiotic properties, but it doesn't work like modern antibiotics. It doesn't lead to resistance. It doesn't affect our body's ability to heal. It doesn't cause the body to be more susceptible to reoccurring infections. It doesn't do any of the negative things that modern antibiotics do, but it's incredible and has incredible benefit. Also stimulates wound healing and has all of these other positive benefits, brings blood, to the area for healing, and it's really incredible. Okay, so yeah, once you know which natural remedies to use for what, it's life-changing. All right, so this is what I do. Skin is soft and supple. Yeah, this is my aging routine. I'm okay with aging, all right? I just want to support my skin and my health as much as possible. And I like this because it primes my skin for the mineral powders when I want to put on a little SPF. It's all good. Signing out.